when Wuling announced that they're coming to Vietnam, they're setting up an assembly plant, they're going to build the cars here and sell domestically to Vietnamese drivers, and maybe even one day export from Vietnam. I was so excited about this news, and I decided to put out my deposit, and I wanted to be one of the first people to receive the Wuling here in Vietnam. And happily, that's exactly what happened. I've been owning this car for about 2 months. I think about 2 months, and I've put about 1,500 kilometers on this vehicle. And I put a lot of kilometers on many different vehicles. I guess I actually do drive a lot. Today, I'm going to share with you all the reasons why you should consider Wuling as your next car or maybe your first car. Okay, so let's get started.
Hey Tom, it's the one and only Floyd Money Mayweather. First I want to say congratulations on your YouTube channel. Everybody needs to follow your YouTube channel. So what everyone needs to do is subscribe to Tom Pang. Great guy, great person. Tom, keep up the great work.
The very first reason why you should consider Wuling is it is extremely affordable, okay? It's extremely affordable. If you want to buy your first car and money is a constraint, then maybe Wuling is the right answer for you, because in Vietnam, this car tops out around 300 million dong, or approximately $12,000, okay? And you can't get any new car at this price anywhere in Vietnam. No brand, no make will sell you a car this cheap. This is the cheapest option. It is electric, it is a small car, but it is the cheapest option available. So if you want to be a car owner, if you just got your driver license and you really want to get on the road and money is a limitation, then this is the way to go. And in China, this car is actually even cheaper. It's about $6,000 US. You get the highest tier of this car. So this car comes in multiple tiers. I believe the lowest tier is about 200 million dong, and it tops out around 300 million dong. So there you go, the cheapest option for any guy or gal to get into car ownership. Now, number 2 reason why you should buy the Wuling. It's extreme reliability, okay? I've owned this car for approximately 2 months. I can't exactly remember when I bought it, but let's say 2 months, and I have 0 problems with this car whatsoever, okay? Nothing broke down, there was no error message, everything just works. It's amazing. This car was originally designed and built in China, and let me tell you, Chinese quality has improved so much. I can't believe this is a Chinese product. Seriously, this is such an amazing product, so reliable, no problem whatsoever. The only thing, if I have to find something wrong with this car, it is the carpet, the mat that they give you down there. And because you know, I drove the car quite a bit, and I wore the carpet out, and that's the only wear and tear on this car that I can notice. And so if you want a car that's extremely reliable, never gives you any problem, look into the Wuling, man. This is such a reliable car. Now, the number 3 reason why you should consider buying this car is the cost of ownership. Because when you buy a car, it's not just about paying the money to get the car, but it's also about the cost of running the car, right? So if you buy a Mercedes, a BMW, especially like a second-hand used car, then you know that the cost of ownership is going to go through the roof, because you're going to spend a lot of money on repairs, you're going to pay a lot of money on gas, because we probably have a very gas-hungry car, especially my Mercedes and my Bentley. They're like 8-cylinder and 12-cylinder, and it takes like almost 3 million down just to fill up the car, right? But with the Wuling, the cost of ownership is so low. First of all, it's electric, so you just go home, plug it into the wall, and practically you can drive this car for next to no money, because electricity is much cheaper than gas. And unlike VinFast, you don't need to consider leasing of the battery. You don't have to pay a monthly charge to lease the battery because they will sell the battery to you. It's not even an option. You must buy the car with the battery. So you're not paying a monthly fee to Wuling, right? You're not paying a monthly fee to the car company to drive the car. So the cost of driving and owning the car is so cheap. So if you care about how much money you spend on transportation, then Wuling might be the right choice for you. Now, the number 4 reason why you should consider the Wuling as your first car or maybe the next car is that it's so easy to drive in Vietnam. All right, because sometimes you have to get into these very small narrow roads in Vietnam, especially in Ho Chi Minh City, but I think it's also the same for Hanoi and other cities. And with the Wuling, it's so easy to navigate those very small and narrow roads because the car is so narrow and small and cute. And when I drive the Wuling, I don't feel any anxiety. When I drive the Wuling, I have to say it's the most pleasurable experience driving a car in Vietnam. And let me tell you, driving a car in Vietnam is not pleasurable at all because the traffic is chaotic, it's crazy, and it's packed with motorbikes and cars. So with the Wuling, you just don't feel as nervous, you don't feel as anxious, and because of that, you feel more confidence. You feel more confidence when you drive on the roads of Vietnam, and that's what I love about the Wuling. And I have my Bentley, I have my Mercedes, I have my fleet of VinFast, but let me tell you, this is my go-to car whenever I need to make the trip to the office or make an errand to the grocery store or the shopping mall. I take the Wuling, all right? I take the Wuling because it's just so easy to drive this car, go there, get things done and come back compared to other cars. With the Bentley, I have to worry about where I park the car. If it's the VF9, I have to worry about how big it is, and because it's a big car, sometimes it's difficult to navigate that through the roads of Vietnam. So this is a very versatile car, and that's why you should consider Wuling, especially if you're a new driver, you just got your new driver license. This is the perfect car to get into if you are just getting into driving here in Vietnam. Now, the number 5 reason why you should consider the Wuling, and this one may not appeal to everybody, but Wuling gets attention. Every time I take the Wuling out, I can see the pedestrians, the motorbikers, they all look at my car because the Wuling is a very cute car and my car is also pink. So it gets a lot of attention, it gets a lot of eyeballs. And you know what? If I drive the Bentley, if I drive my Mercedes Roadster, it's the guys that look at my car, all right? It's the guys that come up to me and say, hey, how much is this car, all right? But when you drive the Wuling and you go to District 1 in the nightclub area, it's all the girls that come up to you and say, hey, how much is this car? All right, I have some really gorgeous and beautiful girls coming up to me and just want to talk to me about this car. So if you want to get attention from girls, this is the car to get. But I'm assuming that this car really appeals to the women drivers, the girl drivers. In fact, I think in China, Wuling mainly sells to girl drivers, whereas they have another model for men and boys. So there's a reason why girls love this car, and they definitely get their attention. And if you love attention, get this car. But if attention bothers you, if you don't like the idea of people coming up to you and talk to you, then don't get this car because you will get a lot of it, okay? You'll get a lot of it. I have more people approaching me about this car than the Bentley. It's crazy, all right? This car gets attention. So that is the number 5 reason why you should get the Wuling. It really attracts attention. Number 6 reason why Wuling might be your choice is because if you're single, you're dating girls or boys, and you invite them into your Wuling and you want to get close to them, well, you know what? With the Wuling, the passenger is so close to you. I mean, nearly shoulder to shoulder. And this is a great way to get close to your passenger that I find. So if I'm going out to meet a girl on a date and I have to pick her up, I take the Wuling, okay? I don't take my Bentley, I don't take my Mercedes, I take the Wuling because, hey baby, I don't want to be alone tonight. you know? You can do that in the Wuling, but in the other cars, but in the Bentley or maybe the VinFast VF9, you're gonna be like you have to really reach out to the girl, right? So this car is perfect for dating, and I'm sticking to that, okay? And that's one more reason why you should get the Wuling. It's the perfect dating car, all right? So here, I give you 6 reasons to buy the Wuling for your next car or maybe your very first car. Definitely, if it's the first car, I will seriously consider the Wuling. All right, take some fucking action. Maybe Wuling's the right car for you, and don't be a fucktard.